Third time's the charm, right? Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 facts about Spider-Man Homecoming. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're taking a look at interesting facts regarding Spidey's first standalone film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
What's up, guys?
Number 10. The black suit appeared in the Homecoming comic. The symbiote costume, also known as the black suit, played a key role in one of the most popular Spider-Man storylines ever. Bringing out Peter Parker's dark side, the suit made its debut in the Secret Wars crossover, but was introduced into Spider-Man's own comic with The Amazing Spider-Man number 252, titled Homecoming. Aside from the web slinger, the 1984 issue also featured Iron Man, albeit Rhodey rather than Tony Stark, and Captain America, who are set to appear in this 2017 film. Given all the similarities, could actor Tom Holland don the black suit in the foreseeable future? If so, let's hope that emo haircuts, dance sequences, and Topher Graces are not involved. Number 9. Peter Parker is actually a teenager this time.
Never with that skirt.
Should probably stop staring before it gets creepy though.
While Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield both turned in memorable performances as Spider-Man, it was hard to believe either of them were teenagers. That's largely because both were in their mid-20s upon landing the role. Tom Holland, on the other hand, was only 19 when he was cast, making him the youngest actor to play Spidey on the big screen. Director John Watts has confirmed that Peter Parker will be roughly 15 years old in this film, bringing the character back to his high school roots. So, Peter's old enough to fight in Civil War, but is still too young to drink, vote, or drive without adult supervision. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm sick of Mr. Stark treating me like a kid.
But you are a kid.
Yeah, a kid who can stop a bus with his bare hand.
Number 8. It's not an origin story.
Oh, that was awesome.
While 2012's The Amazing Spider-Man wasn't poorly received per se, many took issue with the fact that the film seemed a bit too familiar. From Peter Parker's transformation into Spider-Man to Uncle Ben's death, we had already seen a lot of this in Sam Raimi's 2002 film. According to Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige, we won't have to sit through the same old backstory for a third time. In Captain America Civil War, Peter had already been Spider-Man for a little while, meaning that pesky origin story is already out of the way. Spider-Man Homecoming will be given the freedom to skip over some familiar beats, allowing our hero to spin a more original web.
Close to the ground. And stay out of trouble.
Number 7. There are nods to various spider suits.
Good evening, Peter.
Whoa!
You have 576 possible web shooter combinations.
Upon joining Team Iron Man, Spider-Man got a serious upgrade in the costume department. The web slinger's suit will see a few more technological advances in Spider-Man Homecoming. His outfit comes complete with an assortment of gadgets, including a sophisticated AI system reminiscent of Jarvis. The spider suit here has a great deal in common with the tech-heavy Iron Spider armor, which Tony Stark developed for Peter Parker in the comics. In addition to this cutting-edge suit, we'll also see Spider-Man don a homemade costume, which looks a lot like Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider. Of course, at the end of the day, it's not the suit that really matters, it's the hero underneath the mask.
I can keep that suit?
Yeah, doesn't fit me.
So when's our next retreat?
What, next mission? We'll call you. All right? That's not a hug. I'm just grabbing the door for you.
Number 6. Damage control will be introduced to the MCU.
The rich and the powerful, like Stark, they don't care about us. The world's changing, boys. Time we change too.
Between giving his home address to the Mandarin and creating Ultron, it sometimes feels like Tony Stark causes more problems than he solves, so it makes sense that he's finally initiating damage control. In the comics, this company was created to help clean up the messes that superheroes and villains leave behind. Damage control will serve a familiar purpose in Spider-Man Homecoming, repairing the destruction left from the Battle of New York, which would explain why the weapons used in the Homecoming trailer looked like Chitauri tech. Damage control will remain a major part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as a TV series has long been in the works.
Listen, Peter, there are people who handle this sort of thing. Can't you just be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?
Number 5. Michael Keaton goes from DC to Marvel.
I'm Batman.
Michael Keaton's history in the superhero genre has been interesting to say the least. Seemingly everyone was against him playing the Caped Crusader in 1989, but he proved the haters wrong with his layered performance as Batman. Keaton's career hit all new heights in 2014 with his Oscar-nominated work in Birdman, wherein he played a veteran actor who can't escape a superhero he played years earlier.
the shit. They love blood. They love action. Not this talky, depressing, philosophical bullshit.
Now, in Spider-Man Homecoming, Keaton will trade in one set of wings for another as the Vulture. It's a truly fascinating evolution, as an actor goes from Batman to Birdman to Vulture. Man.
Let go of me!
Number 4. There are parallels to Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ow! My internal organs.
The Ultimate Spider-Man comic series offered a fresh take on the iconic webhead for a new generation, and Spider-Man Homecoming has a similar aim in mind. Both incarnations follow a teenage Peter Parker as he cracks jokes, crosses paths with other superheroes, and takes down street thugs. The Ultimate Universe is also where fan favorite Miles Morales debuted as the Wall Crawler.
I didn't do a thing, and I'll regret that for the rest of my life.
Come on, you can't think like that.
Morales would appear in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, voiced by Donald Glover. And in 2016, it was announced that Glover was cast in Homecoming, leading many to believe that he'd be playing Morales once again. This doesn't seem likely for a number of reasons, but regardless, Ultimate Spider-Man has left its mark.
Gotta get better at this part of the job.
I don't understand. Oh, I'm intimidated. Oh, hey.
Number 3. Tom Holland went undercover at a high school.
Listen, I know school sucks.
Peter, you still with us?
Yeah.
While previous Spider-Man films essentially glanced over the teenage experience, this interpretation will be like a superhero movie with a hint of John Hughes. Unlike Peter Parker, though, Tom Holland grew up in London and had to dress in formal attire for school. So to help his leading man get into character, director John Watts instructed Holland to go undercover as a student at the Bronx High School of Science. Putting on an accent and assuming an alias, Holland reportedly blended into the crowd. In the same vein as Peter, he managed to tackle high school while also maintaining his secret identity, proving Holland was ready to become Spider-Man.
What are you hiding, Peter?
Number 2. Sony originally wanted a Spidey cinematic universe.
Well, that's very good. So we'll let him be for now.
You should leave him alone.
Before this reboot was greenlit, Sony had plans for a cinematic universe revolving around Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man was to act as a launching point, paving the way for multiple sequels starring Andrew Garfield, a Sinister Six spin-off, and even more. After The Amazing Spider-Man 2 fell short at the box office, however, Sony realized that it might be time for Peter Parker to join the winning team. While Spidey finally has permission to play with the Avengers, Sony still has a few side projects of their own in development, most notably a standalone Venom movie with Tom Hardy as its star. Hopefully, that Aunt May movie was just a rumor, though.
Too bad about that spider guy. Too bad he's disappeared. Seems like everybody really needs him.
Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Yes, I was actually wondering if you cared to join me for dinner.
Like, have a lack of fun to it, how little you can say.
It truly does, yeah. I think I'm playing Commissioner Gordon.
Sincerely yours, The Breakfast Club.
Number 1. It's a Marvel movie distributed by Sony.
What's up, guys? Wait a minute. You guys aren't the real Avengers. I can tell Hulk gives it away.
Spider-Man's journey to the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been a long, complicated one. Although Sony held the film rights to the character, Marvel Studios and Disney were determined to get Spidey on board. In 2015, the companies finally came to an agreement to share the film rights, permitting the Wallcrawler to get a standalone movie in the MCU. Even then, however, fans weren't entirely sure what this meant. It was later clarified that Sony would distribute Spider-Man Homecoming, but it would be a Marvel Studios picture at heart, making it a literal homecoming for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
So to become an Avenger, are there like trials or an interview?
Do me a favor, can't you just be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.